This video is brought to you by the fact that the BBC is apparently asking Microsoft for help to find whoever leaked the Doctor Who footage. And that was back who knows, a couple months ago. Wow, the BBC are really making a big deal out of this. I guess my video made no difference, but I made that video about, why it shouldn't even matter. So, yeah, just go on my Doctor Who playlist and it's please stop from playing my Doctor Who Series 11 footage. Hey, what's up guys? I originally wasn't going to do this video, but I was just thinking and I decided, okay, let's just make a quick one. So, yeah, you've read the title. I actually don't know what I'm going to title this. But anyway, so basically the story is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, or Part 3. Some people were thinking it might be called MP3 to make fun, because Volume 2 is based on the, Anyway, so Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was going to come out in 2020, but then James Gunn, the guy who I believe written and directed the past two Guardians of the Galaxy films, got fired after some tweets resurfaced about him lightly joking on very sensitive topics. The only problem that's tripping some people up is that he made these tweets a decade ago, before he even got hired to do Guardians of the Galaxy 1 or 2. And that has Dave Bautista, the guy who plays Drax in the Guardians of the Galaxy films, very upset. Because he doesn't think that this is right. He says that, who am I talking about? James Gunn. He says that he is a very, very nice guy, and, doesn't deserve this, and, every time that he works with him, it's he's like a Richard Lester who directed Superman 3 and part of Superman 2, because apparently they both let the actors just be themselves and not have a tight script, because there's that one show Victorious that I really like. It's a high school not really a drama, it is mainly comedy. It does have recorded laughter, I don't know. I think it was pretty good. But there was this one blooper where one of the characters was saying, oh yeah, and then this person gets to play her role when her actual line gets to play her part. And for some reason, they went through 5 takes of that once you finally got it right. Because the director kept on saying, it's part, not role. But to me, I was just if I was directing this, then I probably wouldn't even bring it up the first time. But if I did, I probably wouldn't even the second time, because role and part doesn't really matter, not really. It's not like you're gonna make a future episode where it's just this word was important. But yeah, I don't really know. And yeah, okay, so what do I think of this? Well, I see what you're saying, Dave Bautista, and I was originally with you, but I'm filming this on, August 8th? No, is it the 9th? Wait, is it the 8th or the 9th? It's the 8th, okay, I thought it was the 9th, I was wow, summer's going by so fast, but, I'm filming this on August the 8th, and it just kind of dawned on me that this is just the concept of, what goes around comes around. I personally believe that for there to be justice, for every good thing that you do, an equally good thing comes back upon you, and vice versa. For every bad thing that you do, an equally bad thing comes across you. Let's all face it, in high school, we were surrounded by a whole bunch of idiots. A whole bunch of them. And there's a very high chance that anyone watching this might have been one yourself. But it's up to you if you want to be honest with yourself. If you have been a good student, that's great. That's absolutely fantastic. There's not that much of you guys. But, I want to say us. Because I'm a good student. I swear I'm a good student. Ask anyone else. Okay, whatever. Sorry. We all fear. When we see those jerks in high school, then we all think to ourselves, what if they grow up to become very famous, and they live to be they're surrounded by a whole bunch of people who really like them, and then they live to a nice ripe old age and then die peacefully, and yet everyone technically deserves that, but it's kind of hard to think of, because that's they're doing all this bad stuff now, and it's never going to come back upon them. Maybe once they see good things, then they'll see the bad things. But I think that in order for you to make up to that, you have to go and apologize to the people who you treated wrongly. Unless if you can't, unless if you've completely lost contact with them, or they they passed away or had moved to the other side of the planet or something. Just, if by means of contacting them, then you should. I never delete a phone number. If I have a phone number, I never delete it. Even occasionally when I get a text from a random number that is like selling me something or saying like, hey, it's this guy, and I'm just like, I think you have the wrong number, and they're like, whoops, sorry, and I'm like, no problem. And then that's it. I keep those numbers because you never know when you might need them. And I know I probably won't need them, but you never know, right? But yeah, so you kind of have to go and apologize to those people. I'm not sure if James Gunn did that. I don't really know much about how this started or how these tweets resurfaced, and obviously I probably was around when he made these tweets. When was Twitter invented? What year was Twitter invented? 2006. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. First time put 2006, thank you. But anyway, so yeah, 2006. So I was obviously around. I just was very, very young and didn't understand this stuff. I apparently there's this term going around called being like sheltered, which is when you're like not introduced to like swear words and stuff like that, which I guess is me. But everyone else who's sheltered, it's apparently all depressed about it and stuff. And I'm just like, well, I think that that's kind of good, because I don't like swearing at all. Like, I remember, like, in high school, I would sometimes, like, I was hoping, like, I was inspired by, like, Captain America and Avengers Age of Ultron, which to this day I actually haven't seen that movie. But, like, I'm all caught up on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I go and see all the old movies. I just don't really go back and watch the new movies. I just don't really think about going over the old movies, because I'm all caught up. You know, it's like, you know, like when a new member of the Avengers come out, like Spider-Man. He wasn't there for the events of the previous movies, but he's all caught up and knows all about it, so why bother? I'm probably going to go back and in-depth review them one day. But, like, if someone swore in my high school class, I'd just say, like, language, and then they say, like, oh, sorry. Nope, that did not work at all, because every single time that I tried, they're just like, oh my god, you're so dumb. Why won't you swear? Swearing is good. And I was just like, no, it isn't. And then they just be like saying swear word after swear word after swear word after swear word just to tick me off. High schoolers are so dumb. But anyway, so okay, back to my point. Dave Gunn. Wait, what am I talking about? James Gunn. Sorry, again, Dave Bautista and James Gunn all over the place. James Gunn. I mean, like, if I was around when you made those tweets, I probably wouldn't have thought that great of you. And if I saw that you were living the good old times making the movies and stuff like that, I might be I mean, like, I wasn't, like, I didn't really know who you were until this surfaced up, but, like, if I was in that situation, and if I knew you back then, and if I really didn't like what you said, and if I saw that you were making these good movies, if I had the opportunity to, I might turn into someone who would resurface those tweets, just so that people can see the real you. And sure, maybe the real you is good now, but it's the concept of what goes around comes around. Like, you did this crappy stuff, you managed to unsurface it for a little bit, but the bill always comes due, my friend. As for Dave Bautista, he said that they will scrap that he will quit Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 despite his contract, even if they scrap James Gunn's script, which apparently they did. So I don't know, I mean, like, he's technically by contract supposed to do the movie, that's what contracts are for, but he's asking, like, I might just walk out, like, cut me out of the movie or recast me, and technically he, spoilers for Avengers Infinity War if you don't know somehow, skip ahead like 10 seconds if you don't, but Drax dies in Avengers Infinity War, so they could just make him not come back to life, and then that's kind of a heartbreaking death. He's just like, Quill dies, done, wow, that's quite the ending for Drax. But anyway, okay, all those people who skipped ahead 10 seconds are here? Okay, good. So, Dave Bautista, oh my goodness, what's going to happen to the MCU? But then again, the DCEU isn't doing that great either. I mean, like, I can just imagine the people who work at the MCU laughing at the DCEU. This could be what goes around comes around. They laughed at the DCEU for not being able to pick it up, and now they have to... no, because apparently Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 was going to set up the next, like, 10 or 20 movies, and that was going to be the end of the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy, but there could be spin-offs and other stuff, and, I'm not sure if Dave Bautista's actually going to do it. I mean, like, he's walking away from, like, having the job of being Drax, but, like, he also probably won't be able to, like, get a job from that studio or any other studio who is sensitive about, who knows about that and is sensitive about, I don't know what to think. Hi, I'm filming this the next day. This is kind of funny because I had this thing that I was going to show you and I almost put it in the camera place and I was holding the camera ready to film and I was like, oh wait, that's a Sour Patched milkshake at the Quickie, freaking limited edition. Wow, but dang, this tastes good. Like honestly, like it tastes like sour and lemon and orange and all those sour flavors. It tastes really good. But honestly, okay, so hang on. Something happened today that made me know exactly what to say. So, also at the Quickie, I was with my stepbrother, and he was thanking this guy for, I think, saving his dog when he ran away, like, earlier in the week or something. And he was just saying thank you for what he did. And he was just like, oh, thank you. And then I remember, and I was like, you know, I was like trying to figure out how to get the lids out, and I accidentally got two, and I was like, well, here's yours. And then I looked over and I saw the guy, and he was still smiling, which was pretty nice. Listen, one time I was at these set of stairs. I had to go to Tim Hortons. I had to go really quick. A teacher was sending me to Tim Hortons because I'm just a trusty little boy and they trust me and stuff like that, which is very nice. It is very nice. But I was at the top of the stairs and I saw this guy dragging a dolly upstairs. Now, yeah, I guess I could have, but, you know, he was just taking up like half of the stairway and I knew that I could squeeze in through, so I just went on down. I was like, excuse me, went on down. And the guy like said in like the most angriest voice, you know, you should wait until I'm finished. And I was like, oh, well, sorry. It was just like, da, 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 da. And I'm like, okay, bye-bye. It's like, but man, like, yeah, sure, maybe I should have waited, but I could also have just not. And another time, this, I told you about this before in an earlier video, but like, there's a back door to the school, and there's a code that you need to type in order to get up that way. And the teachers only gave that out to the most trusted students, that code, because they knew that they wouldn't break in. Me being one of those students. And one day, okay, fine, I overused the power, I abused the power, I admit it, I use it all the time. But because it's a shortcut. If I'm taking down the garbage, why would I go all the way around the school to the front and then go all the way around again to my classroom when I can just go up the back stairs and there's my classroom? So I went up the back stairs and then on the way up I saw this woman who worked in a building, because our school isn't just like a school, like it's a private school, it's a small school, it's one little, it's like part of the mall really. The school is just one tiny part in a whole bunch of other stores, and there was a woman who was working at the workplace next to us. And she was just coming down, and I was like, hey, what's up? And then, you know, I went up, and then I was about to type in the code to the next door, and then these other people came in first. So I kind of regret it and wish that I just stood there and waited for them to come through, because then it would have looked like I was from the future or something. Because the woman was looking up, and I didn't think much of it. And then I went down to bring some more garbage down, and then I saw her, and she's like, this is the emergency fire escape. And she was talking to this other woman, and then it turns out, so she got super angry, and then they changed the code, and now the students aren't allowed to know at all. And what happened today was I was riding my bike, because, you know, it's a relatively nice day outside. I honestly prefer it when it's rainy, but this was one of those days where it wasn't too hot for my liking. Plus, I had a really stressful evening yesterday, so I just needed to cool it down. So I was riding my bike, and I was on one of those lanes, you know, like in the forest, where, like, you know, those yellow dotted lines, and I was sticking on my side, and then I saw this red path, and I was like, oh, can I like loop around and then just come right back? So then I started to go, and then all of a sudden I noticed, oh no, it just keeps on going this way. And yeah, okay, sure, maybe I could have gotten off the bump, but I decided, it's too much trouble. So then I started to steer left, and then all of a sudden I had no idea, but there was a woman biking behind me, and she was all like, hey, and then she rang her bell, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, and then I moved over, and then I heard her mumble under her breath, jeez, and I was like, keep smiling, keep smiling, keep smiling. You know. Okay, I know that this sounds like someone who's a jerk, but is telling the story from a perspective so it makes them look like they were the good guy. That's honestly how I reacted. That's honestly how I reacted. And it's honestly how I think every human should react. Guys, in the end, everyone makes mistakes. And honestly, if I could go back to any one of those situations, I probably would end up doing the exact same thing. Like, you know, maybe I could have just gone into the red road to make it clear that I wasn't just going over to the other line for the sake of going over. I was actually going over with the intent. I was like, oh no, stare over. What else was I supposed to do, man? She was the one biking behind. She should have been ringing her bell. But okay, fine. Maybe I should have rang my bell when I switched lanes. I don't know, guys. But guys, please just be kind. Go watch the episode of Doctor Who, The Doctor Falls. Listen to that beautiful speech made by the 12th Doctor. Go watch the Zygon Inversion and listen to the beautiful speech by the 12th Doctor. Guys, I don't think that everyone is stupid. I don't think that smart is something that you're born with, and you're just born smart. In the end, you can be smart. You can be strong. You can have body build. But you just gotta put the work in. I'm gonna do it, man. How my muscles? Do some push-ups. Just show them. Guys, in the end, I don't care if you're black or white or Asian. I don't care if you're male or female or not applicable. I don't care if you're adult, teenager, or 5-year-old kid. All that I care about is who you are as a person, and use the benefit of the doubt. Sure, like, just treat everyone, like, if you've known them for a while and you know they're an idiot, fine, treat them like an idiot. But if you're first meeting them in a situation like those previous 3, just pretend that they're smart, because they have their reasons. I promise you, you are not the only one with problems in the world. You think that you have problems. There are people in the world who have no friends. Oh, sorry, you don't have any friends? There are people in the world who have no food. And if you were watching this video, I'm pretty much certain that you have food. Because if you're paying the money to have Wi-Fi to watch YouTube, then you have the money to buy food. But guys, like, sure. Like, what if I come across a guy who's actually an idiot and I treat him like he's smart? That's better than treating a smart guy like he's an idiot. Guys, in the end, the benefit of the doubt is the way to go. Alright guys, time for Past Me to do the outro. Footage again. What do you think of this topic? Comment down below. Please don't start a comment war. Please. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed. If you liked it, I know that you enjoyed. Please leave dislikes. I know that you did enjoy. Leave a comment down below if you liked it. Like it, it's awesome. Yes, motivation, encouragement. If you didn't like it, please leave a comment below saying why I didn't like it. So I can prove for next time. Otherwise, I won't be able to prove the trend. And I'm just going to read dislikes if we're like it, subscribe to the new when the next video comes out. Thanks again so much for watching. And as always, see you next time. Bye bye.